else you want to share from Tzfat? What do you say about the Torah of Tzfat? Mayor lives in
Yeah.
Tzfat, everybody. If you don't know about Tzfat, just Google it and go to images. You'll see some amazing stuff.
So I just finished up a chavruta tonight. We were learning the Bat Ayin, which is one of the holy Hasidim teaching deep. He used to teach deep Torah in Tzfat many years ago. And what we were learning, we were discussing how a person very simply can merit to see God's light in this world. And he goes through that essentially from the age of 0 to 13. At the age of 13, which is the letters Yud Gimel, those letters being the same numerical value as the word Echad, which is one, that a person can't even understand God's oneness until they get to the age of 13. Now, the second a person gets to the age of 13, they can start doing the work to see God's, to see the oneness in the world. But most people are still stuck at the age of 40, not getting there. And then he goes a step further, that when a person gets to the age of 20, which is the letter Chaf, then they can finally understand what it means to be bittul, because the Chaf is bent over. And so when a person gets to the age of 20, that's when not only can we start to understand how to be mevatel to Hashem, but
speak English, how to nullify ourselves before God.
How to nullify ourselves before God. But the oneness awareness with the nullification together creates this chemical reaction where the world, the multiplicity of the world, all of a sudden just hooks back up again into oneness consciousness. Problem is that many people are still, at even in older ages, haven't really thought about these areas so much, and so for example, the classic phrase of a Jew to say Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. What we're saying is that God is one, but like how many people are saying Shema Yisrael and don't know what they're saying? That phrase means that all this multiplicity that I'm seeing is pure oneness. One is very interesting because the word one, the word in Hebrew for one, which is echad, is the same numerical value for the word ahava, which is love. So when I see my friend, or when I see someone that I don't necessarily like, but I'm in that oneness awareness, it's like I know that whatever he's doing that's negative, that's not him. What's him? There's something deeper. There's something deeper behind that. There's a reason why that negativity is going on. The truth is that me and him are, this multiplicity it's connected. That connection is pure love. The Rav used to say, I'm a sea of love.
Mm-hmm. I still say it. I actually own the domain. I'm a seaoflove.com.
Nice. Exactly.
I use it on Facebook for all my videos on Facebook. Mayor, tomorrow I'm doing a session on the oneness of Hashem. Maybe you'd be my guest on that. Tomorrow's practical spirituality will be the whole subject of oneness, because oneness is, it's a major problem, because if God's really one, then what are we? And
right.
So it's what's called, the term is called paradox. See, when we have conflicting things, if things are contradictory, so then there's probably a solution, not always, but probably a solution. When things are contradictory, but there is no solution, that's called a paradox. When two things can be contradictory yet true. So we're going to go into oneness tomorrow and talk all about it and how we relate to it. So it might be perfect to have, Mayor, our Tzfat counterpart, come in on that. And I want to understand better the chaf of what you were saying, but not right now. Someone asked a random question. If you're not used to noticing your thoughts, then how do you learn to notice your thoughts. So the way to do it is to, well, one of the things is to listen to them. So, like, for example, everyone take a moment and listen to your thoughts. So you might say to yourself, what thoughts? I don't hear any thoughts. What do you mean, listen to my thoughts? Listen to my thoughts? So, I'm sorry, I just totally blew that. Let's start that again. Everyone take a moment and listen to the voice in your head. The voice in your head. Okay, be quiet and listen to the voice in your head. What voice in my head? I don't hear a voice in my head. What's he talking about, a voice in my head? I don't hear it. That's the voice in your head. The voice that's saying, I don't hear it. So we always have a running commentary inside our head all the time. It's always this voice inside our head. And if you become unconscious of it, it will hijack your life. It will take you over. So you must know that that voice is speaking for you to become a conscious being, a truly conscious being, because consciousness doesn't have a voice. Only the brain has a voice. But you're not a brain, you're a conscious being with a brain. But the way the brain hijacks us is with that voice. And as you listen better and better and better, you get better and better at recognizing it, hearing it, and nullifying it so you can get back to consciousness. And then your brain works much better, by the way, because people who are always hijacked by their brain, they're not very good at problem solving because their brain never stops. So they're always overusing their brain. Whereas people who live consciously, and you offer them now a conundrum, some kind of a puzzle to solve, they've got their whole brains ready to work because it's been resting as they live consciously. Okay, everybody, we're going to call it a night. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Shalom, blessings to everybody. And I hope all of these different pieces of advice have been good for you. Always go for happiness. Enjoy your pleasures, but go for happiness. Shalom. All the best.